First on the agenda, approve the minutes of the BOE minutes, Board of Equalization minutes. We have a chance to read those?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from last month.
The Board of Equalization minutes.
I didn't hear you.
The Board of Equalization minutes.
Oh, I wasn't there. Was I?
Yeah, you were.
Oh, yeah, I was too.
I second.
Approve them too.
Okay. Additions, corrections? No, Marv?
Aye.
Aye. Yes.
Yes. Next, approve the regular meeting minutes from April 12th.
I move to approve the minutes for the April 12th meeting.
Second it.
Discussion? Additions, corrections? Okay, Marv?
Aye.
Aye. Yes.
Yes. Okay, the financials for January and February. We're behind schedule, but we can caught up, right, Chelsea?
Yes.
Did we have a chance to review those? I reviewed them. I move that we approve the financials for January and February.
Second it.
Questions? Marv?
Aye.
Aye. Yes.
Yes. Special events permit, Emmy, I believe it's you.
No.
For Riverboat Days. Friday is the tent dance outside. Saturday is the derby and parade and derby Saturday or Sunday? Saturday. Softball Sunday. So I did do 3 different permits. I don't know if you need it like per day or per, like we're at 3 different places on Saturday, so I'm not really sure.
Well, I would think if you're going to be at 3 different places, you would need 3 different permits because it's you know, you're moving your alcohol there, right? There's going to be alcohol sales, so, and all these.
So for Saturday, we would need 2, one for the derby and one for the street dance.
Okay, Friday, okay, wait a minute, no, Friday, let's take these one at a time. Okay,
Sure.
Friday is just for outside.
Up at the cabin.
Okay, let's start with that one.
Okay.
I motion to approve the special permit for Friday for the tent dance outside the Cabin's Cabin.
Aye, second.
Discussion, Marv?
Aye.
Aye. Yes.
Yes. Okay, now I'll go to this one. This is Saturday.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on any of this?
Or even if it's just another $25.
You know
or
what, I
whatever.
think it's probably fine because it's all part of the Riverboat Day celebration, so, we have a motion.
A motion to approve it at the ball diamond.
This is the main street, the street dance and the demo derby, that's this one.
Yep.
The ball diamond is the next one.
Right.
Do we
Well,
need,
this one, yeah.
do you need it fenced off at the demolition derby for age, or, I'm just asking, I don't know.
Are,
Well,
I'm not sure.
You gonna charge a cover charge?
I don't know, I'm not,
There's a gate admission to get in. Yeah.
So you will gate
There's
it
gonna
up.
be an officer up there because they will be serving booze, so we're under the assumption anytime that we've had events and alcohol's
Right.
involved, we have to have an officer up there that controls that.
yeah,
which is fine between us and the Riverboat Days, because we have a security for Friday night, but if we need it for Saturday too, that's fine.
okay.
It's just, like when you have the tent dance, you usually have a fence around it. I don't know if that's required for the demolition derby.
We've
like a
not
beer
had a
garden.
fence up there since we've
Okay.
been there, but we've provided security.
And I think that's fine, I mean,
Okay,
they do whatever they know what they're doing. up
Because
there.
Friday actually is a family-friendly event out on the lawn even, we can have kids out there.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a motion and a second, correct?
I second it.
Okay. Marv?
Aye.
Aye. Yes.
Yes. And then Sunday is the ball tournament.
Yes. And same thing, there's kids there and we just have to provide security.
I make a motion to approve Sunday's softball permit.
Okay.
Second.
discussion?
Now, is there gonna be an issue with the security down there? You got it because there's kids there, or you just card everybody that buys beer?
No, we have worked with McLean County every year in the past, and they'd have an officer there present, and we card like we would if they're at the bar.
Okay.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay, Barb? Yep,
Aye.
yes. Okay,
Thank you, guys.
very good.
Send me a picture of the cow.
Suzie? It says,
I'm here for a couple of things, I
Yeah.
guess. First, memory fireworks, I thought since I'm here anyways, I've sold for memory fireworks, I think about 15 years, and we always just come and let the commission know that we're gonna be selling. And right now, it's set for it to go up at at Krausie's again. And sales are the 27th through July 5th.
same as usual, right?
Same as, yes, as
Okay.
usual.
And that's just for our knowledge?
Yeah,
for our
we just
knowledge,
always,
right?
just for courtesy, we just let you guys know that we're gonna be up there.
Okay,
The other request is for during Riverboat Days, to do some fireworks. We were thinking at midnight on Saturday at the street dance. Not sure if Memory's gonna come down and light them, or we will have somebody do it for us. Just 10 minutes long, just kind of a little fun add-on.
Are you sure there ain't gonna be a band?
Well, if there is, of course, then we won't.
And if you can, you're gonna do it downtown?
Yes. That was our plan. They're not huge like at a rodeo ground. It's ones you can buy for your home.
Okay.
So they're not in, commercial fireworks or anything.
Okay.
They're no bigger than what you can buy out of the truck.
okay, actually, our ordinance, against for fireworks says that's not allowed. It's got certain times when they're allowed to be discharged. But I will make a motion to, how do I say this? To make an exception to our fireworks ordinance for this one time to allow for this to happen on this Riverboat Days.
Second it.
Okay, any discussion on that, my motion? Marv?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Yes.
And like I said, if there's a golden banner, we're not gonna do it, but,
Well, as long as there's not a whole bunch of them.
yeah, or if it's super windy, no, like 10 minutes long is all. It's not gonna be an all-night thing.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, cool, very good.
Okay, thank you much.
Yep, thank you. Should be good.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Do you have a meeting over there to get to, Mark?
Yeah.
If I can move you ahead real quick?
Sure.
If you're not gonna, I can move you up right now. Okay, come on, Mark. Grand opening?
Yeah, the Washburn Park Board, we're looking to open the pool on the first weekend of June. It'll approximately be open during the week, but on Saturday, we want to do kind of a kickoff since we did a big improvement into our pool system. And we're looking at having, the Lions Club is looking at selling hot dogs and hamburgers as a fundraiser. We're looking at having maybe some live music. Cottonwood has talked about playing. And then the Legion, I visited with them, and they're talking about doing something maybe later that evening. Well, actually, it's the night when they have their raffle.
June
June
5th
5th.
is a Saturday.
June 5th, okay.
Right. So anyways, they said that they would work with the park board. In case of inclement weather, we would move the music inside the Memorial Hall as a backup. Because we're having it at Pool Park,
You're having it at what?
at the Pool Park.
Oh, at the pool park, okay, pool park, okay.
So, But anyways, I just wanted to
So what-
communicate with the,
So what you're asking for is for a waiver of the fees if it has to go inside, is that what you're
correct,
asking?
yeah.
Do you need the hall for anything else that day, or is that just?
No,
that it?
just that.
I make a motion to waive the fee for the Memorial Hall on June 5th, if necessary.
Second.
Further discussion? Mark?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Yes?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Another item I have is, I visited with Commission a little bit earlier, but, we want to know if it's okay if we can mow along the walking path along 83, just a swipe up and a swipe back. Since we have to travel that anyways, we might as well put the mower deck down and mow a little bit.
Sounds
Since
good.
we check the garbages and stuff like that. Just so we're aware of what we're
Feel
doing.
free, mow
Yeah.
along.
And then our people will wear a vest and everything.
That's always a good thing up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
Have you filled out a rental agreement for the hall for the 5th in case you need it?
I'll come over tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Ashley?
Yep.
This is Blue Cross, she's a Blue Cross Blue Shield rep.
All right. You don't have these yet.
Okay, thank you.
So what I put together here is kind of there was a 5th one, do you want me to save it? That you told me 5.
I did, he's not here.
Okay,
Sure.
no
You can put it in
problem.
Collins.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
just put it in his box.
So, when I came up and did her renewal, you guys are getting a 25% decrease on your grandfathered plan. I know I had to ask to make sure I wasn't crazy. So, but however, with the fact that you guys, must have a younger staff, you would still save almost $1,000 a month if you would go to the non-grandfathered plan. So I did run some comparisons, so this sheet here is just kind of where it's side by side. I did, the Comp Choice is your current plan, so that's gonna have your deductible for, single plus dependent and family, your co-insurance, the max you'll pay in a year, your co-pays. Preventive is gonna be a $200 max, but then it's just kind of your basic mammogram, pap smear, and prostate exam. Those are the only exams that are covered on those grandfather plans. And then the cost for an ER visit. And then I did list the prescription co-pays and co-insurance, and then you do also have a separate $1,000 deductible currently. So with these 2 platinum non-grandfathered plans, the $500 deductible, these plans, you're either single or regardless of who you have on and how many your family. So that's why there's just a $500, $1,000 deductible, so it's either single or family. And then your co-insurance for that one is $90.10, and then $1,800, $3,600 max for the year. And then the brochure is in there, it says preventive services up top. So those are going to be, that's further back in your folder.
Yep, yeah, I'm just,
Oh, okay.
I figured that, yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at that,
Just
yeah.
making
No, I get it.
sure.
Yeah, I get it.
But I mean, these are the plans that came out with the healthcare last. So I mean, you get everything from an annual physical, high blood pressure screening, high cholesterol, colonoscopies are covered as long as you meet the criteria of being 50. And as long as they don't find polyps or anything like that, you know, that's 100% covered. So that's huge for a lot of people now. There is also preventive or pediatric dental and vision on these plans for kids 18 and younger.
And that's aside from your standalone dental and vision plans as well. And then also, new this year for these plans, this would go, if you would switch, this would go into effect July 1st for you guys. But this is a preventive drug list. So this is a $5 copay for everything on here, anything from diabetes medications to high cholesterol, high blood pressure, respiratory medications, so.
You said the grandfather clause, we're gonna save $1,000 a month?
If you would switch to these non-grandfathered plans.
Oh, non-grandfather?
Well, how much would we save if we didn't switch?
That would just be that 25% decrease.
What does that tabulate out to?
Well, that would be, if I did read something.
No, go ahead.
When you say $1,000, that's for
Yeah.
everybody together, right?
Yes,
So 25% of what we're paying now, I think, would be more than $1,000.
so
Yeah,
your renewal premium will be $3,086. And then if you do, here is kind of where I ran it. So this is where, almost $2,700 for the 9,500, little over $2,700 for the 8,250. So that's where we're figuring those numbers.
What sheet are you looking at there for that?
That would be this one.
Yeah, that would be this page review. Okay.
And on that one, when we figured those plans in, did we have all the new adjustments that we've made? Because our adjustments have been made like
This
3 times in the
one,
last 4 months. I can't remember.
well, that would be, who's listed there?
So of these 3 plans, which is the better plan?
I would say, since you guys are you, if you're sticking with kind of the younger, starting to move in, these non-grandfathered plans are better. The drawback with them, I would say, is that they're individually age-rated. So,
They're gonna go up as they get older.
right, yeah, so somebody who's 30 is gonna have a different premium than somebody who's 50 within the same year on the plan. So I would say that's a drawback of those plans for sure.
Is it dramatic increase then, as you get older then, say from 30 to 40 then?
Typically, it can be anywhere from 5 to 7%.
Of course, you can't tell now because
Right.
medical insurance keeps on going up every
Right.
year.
Well,
But
in this
just-
year it's
Just a
different,
ballpark
too.
figure,
Yeah, I would say between 5 and 7%.
5 and 7,
Yeah.
which is probably normal across the industry.
Right.
Okay. So what are we paying for the grandfather clause right now?
Currently,
Our last one, I think, was just like $5,000. But we had changes on there because we had to add an employee to back pay.
Was
Otherwise,
current with the 4 on there, I think, right?
yeah, and then
Okay.
we just have a
Yeah, I
new
was gonna
kid
say,
that's
'cause
on
this
here,
is
so
just 3.
it would be, we just have a kid that has been added onto here as well.
Right. So I can always rerun that too if you guys want to.
Your temporary
What
health
was the answer?
insurance.
How much were we paying now?
Only full-time.
I mean,
Roughly what it has
5,
been,
and-
well, that was to get caught up. Roughly what it has been is like, it's roughly been around $4,000.
I thought you just said 5,000.
We had to get caught back up for an employee for a month, so it was increased by $862 because you pay a month ahead for insurance. So the last bill I just paid them was roughly $5,000, but it's,
So, but normally it's 4,000, you said? Well, but then if but if it was 4,000, then the new payment why would it be 3,662? That's only, $400 for the 25%. It should be like $3,000 if it's 25% savings.
Right.
Something's not right here.
that's a rough estimate. Our bill has changed, been different the last couple months because we've added
Right, but
a kid, we've added an
Yeah,
employee, we've
Here's
added.
what your renewal rates will be.
When does that 25% kick in?
July.
July. That's why you're not going to see it until it cycles through.
Right. Yeah, when you
Pardon me?
get the bill.
The 25% don't apply until July
I know, I get that, but
Right,
the
right.
estimated payment is $3,662.
for this month.
No, that's what the
No.
estimated payment would be in July.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, but if normally we're paying like 4,000, then it
That's
should
not
be 3,000.
25%.
That's not 25%, so.
You know what we're saying?
Yeah,
We'd have to
I'm
get
trying
those
to find the
correct
right-
figures, I'm thinking, before we could make, figure anything on that, so.
Yeah, this, this was ran, when did I do this? Late April. So like you said, if there's any changes since then, so correct, this would not be entirely.
Up to date.
Right, accurate if there's been changes.
Well, yeah, that would be, just by what you said, that's like way off, so, I think we need to know what that is.
Right.
So, and then also, what do the employees want to do? That's
Right.
another thing.
So.
And that, I don't know, we can always do like an employee meeting too if you want.
We could, and I know that would be, I know there's one that would probably like that.
Yes,
Can I just say something?
yes.
She's talking about wants to save you $1,000, but you need to look at how much more are you paying out of your pocket for that
Oh, I know.
$1,000.
Right.
Right, yeah, we know that.
Yeah, believe
We
me, I
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So between the three plans then, are the employees gonna get the good coverage on all three plans then?
There's different things with each plan. It really is gonna boil down to what people are going in for. If somebody's going in for prescriptions, these non-grandfathered plans are really good for that. If they're just going in for, hospital type things, if they have medications, checkups and stuff, then grandfathered plans are good. If they're only going in for preventive care, the non-grandfathered plans are better. So it just really kind of boils down to what they're going in for.
That really didn't tell me anything.
Well, unfortunately, it's not a black and white
Yeah,
answer.
I know, but if the employee was looking at, and we got young employees, and we have 2 females, so does the grandfather clause gonna cover the young employees as well as the 2 female employees adequately for the coverage that we got?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, yes. And as far as, having a baby, for example, they would pay less out of pocket on the current plan that you're on.
On the current plan, correct,
Right.
yes.
But under this other plan, you would pay more out of pocket then.
Right.
But, okay.
And once you leave the grandfathered plan,
Yep.
you can't go back.
You can't go back, and I know that.
Correct. I know there will obviously come a time when those are gonna disband regardless, but we don't know when that is yet. So, I have a lot of groups that are hanging on to them as long as they can.
Right.
That, I would say, is probably the best thing to do, other than the employees have to decide what they want, correct?
Yeah.
Well, they would definitely have a say in it, absolutely.
Right.
But I think,
We need an updated
But I think
number.
first of all, we need to know exact figures
cost.
rather than,
Okay. Sounds good?
that,
And then I can just email that to you.
Yeah, and then I'll just send it off.
Sounds good.
yeah.
Works. That'll work?
But it definitely gives us a lot to think about here, and we can compare these. This should have basically everything in it that we need to look at.
Yep, yeah, and this has nothing to do with the premiums. These are the plans side by side. So that's probably your main purchase point.
This one here, correct, yes.
Okay, now, July, this is due, correct?
I will need the paperwork back by the end of this month. I can request an extension for you guys, but
Now, every year, medical plans make drastic changes on their policies, and not drastic changes, but many changes. So are these changes that are gonna happen, are they gonna be included on our grandfather clause as well as the other 2 of whatever we decide?
the grandfathered plans are still protected as far as a lot of those changes that hit, where those non-grandfathered plans, if something gets implemented
They're
on
not.
the federal level, it's gonna go into effect with them.
Well, that's a no-brainer.
Right?
Okay.
Any other questions? I think this gives us some, good information to look through, and, yeah, you can get those figures to Chelsea, so you can get them to us, and then.
Yep, I can do that tomorrow for you.
Yeah. So, did I miss this somewhere? Did you have in here what the new plans would cost us?
Yes,
From
that's
that's
this here.
That's this year.
Yep.
So,
And then
so which one is which here? I mean, you got, okay, vision, dental, medical.
So here is where it says the plan names.
Oh, there's the plan.
Yep,
Oh, okay.
right in the middle there.
You know, I have
They like to
plans for a
keep
reason.
everything, you know, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, they like to, make you
Yeah.
wish you had a microscope.
Got it, okay, perfect.
And then on like these back pages here
Yeah.
is where it'll give you an example of kind of how the rate structure is,
Oh,
where it'll be each person's different.
okay,
So I mean, the grandfather plans are definitely a lot easier when it comes to, I have a single person, how much is it gonna cost me?
right.
Instead of being like, how old are you? Because that,
Okay.
can go over a little rocky.
That's good to see that too. So, yeah. All right, great, thank you so much. Any other questions for Ashley?
you guys.
Oh, thank you.
No?
You did really good.
All right, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, no problem. And then I will get those to you tomorrow.
Okay.
And then let me know if we need to do anything else with it.
Okay, thank you.
And we also have another meeting this month, so, we have a meeting on what, 24th?
24th.
So maybe we'll have something by then.
Okay, sounds good.
Great, thank you.
You guys have a good night.
Yep, you too, drive safe.
Thank you.
Okay, designate official newspaper. Basically, we have a newspaper in town, well, pretty much, that's what we got.
Washburn Leader.
I move we designate Leader News as the official newspaper for the next year.
I second.
Marv?
Aye. Aye, yes.
Yes. Gaming sites. We have 3 of them, we gotta do them individually, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, first one is American Legion for the Riverboat Saloon. Do we have a motion to approve the gaming site for Riverboat Saloon?
I'll make the motion to approve it.
I'll second it.
I'm sure there's no discussion, Marv?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Yes. Next one is the American Legion for Memorial Hall.
I make a motion to approve the American Legion gaming site for the Memorial Hall.
Second.
Marv?
What they gonna do? Have gaming? They're gonna have gaming in the memorial hall? I don't get this one.
It's for the drawing for,
Oh.
raffle.
Oh, I see.
That's what it is, just
Okay.
like last year.
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it does say pull tab dispensing device.
Well, I mean, that
Yeah.
gives them the option of,
Right.
if somebody wants a function there, they can do it.
And we're gonna have some additional stuff at that too that night.
Right. So, next one is the American Legion for the Captain's Cabin. I'll make a motion to, authorize that, gaming site.
Second.
Marv?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Okay, new curb stocks on completed street projects. We have a letter from the Overlanders. They had dug in a water to their garage down on Main. The curb stop was busted. The actual valve was fine. The curb stop had been busted off. And so, we couldn't get on it to work it, so as they dug down to it, they had to replace the curb stop, which is the pipe, okay? And she was thinking that, the city should be responsible for this. Our ordinance 140 specifically states, consumer of any utility service furnished by the city shall maintain and keep in good repair all connections, appliances and apparatus installed and used in connection with the utility service. Water service beginning at the inlet of the curb stop and including the curb stop to the water meter is the property of the building owner and shall be kept in repair at the owner's expense. I know in cases past, when people have had issues, they've had to pay for it. And I see no reason why we should go against ordinance on this. So I don't know if we need a motion to deny it. I don't know if this is an actual request. Is this an actual request?
No, and she never said that they were fully responsible for it, but she was just asking what they could be done because they were all supposed to be replaced back in this project in 2015 when that street project was done.
Right, and I'm assuming they were. You know, our maps show that they did put a new one in there. You know, and who broke it off? I don't know. It could have been the concrete people. It could have been the landscaping people. I have no idea, you know.
Is it expensive to do?
Well, it's just the price of a curb stamp, you know, the thing,
Digging in pipe.
you know.
Larry, did they see what kind of pipe it was connected to from on the street side?
You know anything about it?
I don't know. I'd be interested to know what that pipe looked like.
I don't know.
I was talking to Adam a little bit about it, if any concrete was removed on either side of the curb stop, because I understand the curb stop's in the boulevard, so the curb itself in front of that curb stop and the sidewalk behind it, if that was been, because that project was 2014? 2013, 2014?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
So,
Yeah, 14, yeah,
you'd be able
14,
to tell the concrete if it was only 7 or 8 years old.
I think that was new concrete there, was the new sidewalk anyway, right?
Judging by this picture that I just looked up, it is new sidewalk, but I don't have a picture of the curb and check.
So if the service was replaced, it would have had to have had new curb, you know.
Right.
Now, I remember this property being brought up when Brian was still here.
Right.
He asked me about that, and he thought that the water service to that property came from the alleyway.
See, that's what I thought. It came from the alley.
So is it possible that during that project, they didn't replace that curb stop because the water service was coming from the alley?
I don't believe so because, you know, I think I had talked with you and maybe somebody else about, you know, they said that when they dug up the 13th Street, that they didn't find any services going into the alley, so.
Okay.
And I actually went and looked for a curb stop back there, I could never find one, so.
What's the address to that one? Do you know what offhand?
I don't. Sorry.
It's right across the street from Adams.
Okay.
Kind of. There's the Weber House on the corner of this, and it's the vacant lot with the garage, just the garage. And 1 million trailers.
My son had to pay for his own curb stop when we.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. And that's why I brought that up, is
Yeah,
because.
good job, Pat. Good
yeah,
job.
Yeah, so.
I can look into that, Larry, and see if I can find anything out about that, but that curb stop shouldn't have been ruined if it was just replaced 7 years ago.
Well, I look like it had been busted off, so, I mean, well, I'm sure it was replaced, because there was a there was a rod in there. So if it was really old, there wouldn't have been a rod in there. So there was a rod in there, which pretty much tells me it was replaced, you know. And then, for some reason, it got broke off. The rod and the top of the pipe.
Okay.
And what somebody makeshifted a thing over the top, you know, to bring it up, so.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna make it official, I'll make a motion that we do not cover any of the cost on this.
I'll second it.
Discussion? Marv?
Aye. Aye. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Great. So we're gonna have to send them a bill for a new curb stop.
Curb stand.
Curb stand, whatever. Well, curb stop is the valve, right? I mean,
Yeah,
whatever, but,
we can replace that.
yeah, but they're gonna have some, but we'll have to get another one though, because we took it from the compound. All right. Police contract, 2020. Has anybody talked to them about that?
I forgot about it. No, I didn't.
Right now, it's $167,322. It's going up to $174,015. I just have a question on that. You know, and we don't have anybody here. We don't have to do it today. It has to be in by July 1st, okay? Something, Joe?
I thought our contract was going down.
No.
Yeah, that's what they told us, I thought.
No, that's what the paper said. They had it backwards. It's going up 5% or 4%.
Didn't he say that when he was here, it was gonna go down from that amount? You remember that?
No.
No.
I thought I heard him, it was going down.
Who said that?
Oh, well, didn't we have a sheriff's deputy here one meeting?
We were talking about,
Yeah, last year for the renewal.
Last year. No. We
Who-
haven't had one lately, right?
Who do you talk to? Who's the official head of police in the county? Or who's?
Sheriff. He's sheriff. Yeah. Anyway, you know, reading this article in the paper, it's interesting because it says the commission reviewed the contract proposal for 2022, which includes an overall 4% increase. In total, contracted cities are set to pay $650,000 for policing in 2022, with the county covering an additional $40,000 of the cost. So, my question is the $1,053 the cost for the cities? Or what's their budget, you know?
I'm wondering if they're getting money from the state again, because they refunded some of ours.
No, I don't think so. I think this is, they're covering that cost, but it says here, you know, we're charging base salaries and not charging for training, equipment, maintenance, or anything else. Well, they're your employees. You know, we have a contract with, you have a contract with us to do our thing, you know? So I'm not really sure where that fits, you know? Also, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think the sheriff's department is doing a wonderful job. Okay, but then also reading in the paper, well, there must have been Lee, I think he said, you know, we can't have the city micromanaging what the sheriff's department is doing. It's not practical to do, which I agree. But at the same time, we have a contract with you, so we should have some say in what's going on.
Definitely.
Stuff that needs to be looked at that we're having trouble with.
Yeah, especially for, you know, $175,000. So, and like I said, I don't know if these are exact quotes, you know, because I know the paper has, you know, kind of read things at times, you know, so I don't know. You know, I'm not sure.
So, the increase then, what does the increase cover then? What does that do then? Why is it such a drastic increase?
Well, it's a raise. I mean, you know, there's raises. Everybody wants a raise, you know. I mean, nothing is cheaper. You know. I'm just curious on that. You know, I don't. We don't need to. We should probably talk with them on this. You know, I mean, we don't need to sign it until, you know, July 1, so we've got a little bit of time. But according to our contract here, it's going up. So the paper was the one that said it was going down. They got them turned around. It said 2021 cost 174, 2022 cost 167. Well, they got them turned back.
That's
So,
probably where I saw it.
yeah. So I get it.
So do we have any control over them whatsoever on what they do or whatever? Do we have any say-so in what happens? You know, like, speeding has been really bad on going through Washburn here on 83. I think it's been bad. I almost got clipped there one day from a car going probably 80 miles an hour going south. So, do we have any say-so on what we need out of them besides their normal police stuff?
Well, and I think that's something maybe we need to address, you know, is, you know, we always get or don't always, but a lot of times we get that, well, you know, we're busy, you know, catching drug dealers. Well,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, but that's not your only job, you know.
But they're up there quite a bit too, on 83.
No,
I
but
see 'em-
radar, you don't see them very
Oh,
often.
I see them quite often up there.
Well, you must see them when, I'm there a lot and I don't see them hardly at all.
It just had a guy pulled over when I came down on 83.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see a lot of that because I see the lights and stuff through the front window. I see a lot.
I see a lot of pullover.
There's
yeah.
a lot up there and sitting up there and stuff.
But you see very few semis get pulled over.
Yeah.
Well,
And they're going faster than hell.
That's different.
I would
Oh,
really
that's
like.
not different.
14 Main.
I would really like to see some
12,
Jake
14
break being pulled over, but whatever. Anyway, so it's something we need to look into. We'll probably need to invite them to a meeting either May or June. Maybe we
Somebody
can get-
told me that Velva gets charged $80,000. That's half of what we're paying.
But what do they get for that?
I don't know.
See, that's just it. What do we get for that? Who knows, you know?
Doesn't Velva contract, or doesn't Ward County help Velva as well? It's not always, I don't think, McLean County. Ward County responds to a lot of Velva calls.
Well, I think you told me about that, yeah. We talked about that one time.
So is Velva, I mean, are they partly in Ward County and McLean County?
No,
No,
they're not.
in McLean County.
They're not
Ward
in,
County.
but it's talking well, we're a
Comparison.
little bigger, but
But do they have their own city police, plus they pay the county to help, or, I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't know. I mean, anyway, let's think on that. Sylvie will have to invite them to a meeting, I suppose.
Okay. You want JR personally?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he would be the good one. Nothing against Richard, but I think JR should, you know, he's the boss, he should be here, so, okay. Obstructions on sidewalks. We had this brought to this meeting because there's a couple of businesses on Main here that put their chairs and their signs on the sidewalk, and you can barely get past them. Which basically is obstructing the sidewalks. You know, our ordinance says it's be unlawful for any person, firm, or corporation to cause or create or maintain any obstruction of any street, alley, sidewalk, or other public way except as may be specified by ordinance by the city engineer or city commissioner of streets and public improvements. So apparently we've had some people complaining that, you know, you can barely get past these things. So I think we need to maybe set a certain limit on what can be on a sidewalk. Because the sidewalks on Main here are 9 feet. I would think nothing more than 3 feet out from the building, because you have benches, you have garbage cans. And if you want to, you know, put a little sign out there, then it should be within that 3 feet next to your building.
Who are the businesses that are doing that?
Well, you have the new one down here.
Right.
And I think the flower shop down the road, they set out too.
I think people are henpecking this to death. I mean, we're not downtown New York here.
Some people on their wheelchairs can't get through.
Well, yeah, what do you gotta do with a wheelchair?
Well,
Run it
if
down.
if they got 9 feet, there's 3 foot of sign, whatever, they should be able to
Well, that
talk
should
to
be
the
one out.
people. I don't think we gotta make a rule. or whatever. Just talk to the people, I'm sure they'll cooperate.
Yeah, we just gotta go with the ordinance, that's what you read, right?
Right.
So,
But I think we need to, set a thing, I mean, the ordinance doesn't say, how far. It says, specified by the city engineer or commissioner of streets. So we should set, say, 3 feet out. I think the last 6 feet should be open. And I think that's a good compromise. I mean,
fair. Isn't our city engineer over there?
No.
No?
He doesn't want to get involved.
Come on, I was trying to help you out, Eric.
People are trying to open
They have a
business.
sign on the sidewalk and they were asked to take it off because it was blocking the sidewalk.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make a motion that, our policy will be, you can't be out any more than 3 feet from the building with a bench, garbage can, chair, sign, whatever.
Can we make it a little longer, a little wider, because a wheelchair can get through, say, on 4 feet. We're trying to promote businesses coming in. How about if we make it about 5 feet from the building, that way they can put their signs out and stuff, and still leave enough room for the wheelchairs or whatever, people to walk by. We're trying to promote stores to open. If we put a handicap on them right away, what are we doing?
I think if you need a 5-foot sign sticking out there, you got a problem. That's what I.
Especially
It's not a
if-
sign, it's supposed to be on the building.
Especially when you got a roll-up door anyway.
Yeah, I mean, what about when somebody pulls in with a wheelchair on the side, when they gotta get out in their van, I mean, what the hell, right? I mean,
I don't know.
anyway, that was my motion. 3 feet from the building, I mean, we can say yes, no, whatever. Okay, I need a second, if somebody wants to second it. Okay, call for second one more time. Okay, died for lack of a second. So now,
I make a motion that we go 4 feet. That way, it's a little bit more, our benches, if somebody's sitting there on a bench and got their legs out, that'll give us a little bit more leeway. And doesn't give a wheelchair a little bit
5
more
feet.
safer. Yeah, if we go with 4 feet. So my motion is 4 feet is the maximum.
I'll second it.
further discussion? Marvin?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
I'm gonna vote no. Motion passed. Okay, very good. Do we need to make a phone call on that, or do we need to send a letter? What do we need to do on that?
How would you like to do it?
Good question.
I'll stop by and talk to him.
You're the man. Okay.
So we left 5 feet of sidewalk from the curb, right?
It's 4 feet from the building.
4 feet from the building.
Because the actual curb is like another 6 inches, so the actual sidewalk is 9 feet, the curb is another 6, so it's 4 feet from the building. Okay. 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 What am I at here? Green building, so we had got, I don't know, did you put the letter in with the?
I did, yes.
Okay. And we got a comment back from the, State Historic Society, basically it said our staff observed that many of the half logs used in the foundation have completely rotted away and left voids. They said they didn't notice any major cracking or movement, but, only a structural engineer could actually, make that determination if it's safe or not. They said we also request to be notified when and if the building is removed, and if moved, a new location. So basically, we can do whatever we want with that. you know, at that original meeting when I asked for permission to pursue this, you know, when Dennis was here, you know, I had made the comment that, you know, we'll see if other people come forward and, you know, see what they have to say about it. The only two people I know of are Dennis and Crane. You know, it doesn't sound like there's a lot of people that really support that building. So I think by next meeting, I'm probably gonna come up with a, maybe an idea on what our next step is. Just to kind of fill you in. That's what this was about.
Are there any relics or anything inside that building? Anything of value?
It's full with museum displays.
A couple semi-loads.
Well, and obviously, they would have a chance to take that out.
Right, that's what I'm asking, which, is the historical building gonna take them all out?
Sooner or later, yes. I'm one person moving as quick as I can.
Or do you need a storage unit to take care of this stuff?
That would be nice.
Once you put it in a storage unit, you'll never see it again.
That is correct, too. I will start moving stuff out after Riverboat Days.
Well, I don't know what's gonna happen there. I mean,
Finding the owners, I have to get a hold of the owners to see if they want it back, and then find a new home for them, if they don't.
Do you need a dumpster or something down there? There is some stuff that,
I will just slowly stick it into my little dumpster that I have.
Do you have room in the back of your building now for some of that stuff? You don't?
I'll be doing some rearranging in the main building to see if I can fit it in there. The larger stuff we'll have to find a new home for.
Is it good stuff, bad stuff, historical stuff? What is it?
We have Campfire Girls, Boy Scouts, Knights of Pieces, Masons, a lot of office stuff. The print shop stuff is still all there. And there's some furniture upstairs, you know, and then
A general dump area then, right? A dump off area? Or deposit area?
back then, yeah, it was.
bunch of school desks.
That's in the basement, it goes with the building.
you know, no matter what happens, we'd make sure that they had plenty of
Right,
time.
Right, I know that, I was just kinda curious what was in there. Never been in there, so I don't know what's in there.
I talked to one of the oldest people in town, and he said, take it down. And he would probably care more than most people.
Okay, good. Well, hopefully, we can find somebody that will take it, so we don't have that big expense of taking it down.
Can we get rid of it this year yet, or is it gonna take a while?
That's the plan, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't wanna spend any tax money on it, so.
No, definitely not.
So,
Don Cost and Corinne have started their organization, that group that they had when the other courthouse went down. Was it the McLean County Preservation something? And he was looking to get an architect or whatever to look at the buildings, the structures and that, but I don't know. Usually plans, wants to relocate it.
You know, if he wants to put in a bid on it and move it, that's absolutely fine with me. You know, but we're not, yeah. Okay. Anything else on that?
Just hoping to hold you guys off for a year.
Well, that's the same as a couple years ago, you know, it's not gonna go anywhere. Okay, drainage ditch up at Heritage Heights. We need to get a cover for that inlet. Marv actually had moved that over, so we need to get some kind of a, I think a dome cover for that inlet, so to keep all the trash out of it. Anybody know where to get one of them? Where do you?
I would make a plan to talk to John Klein and have him measured up and make one.
It's a good idea. It's a good
And I
idea.
think he's
He could do it.
reasonable with that.
He could do it, yeah.
I think we'll have to make it pretty high, because there'll be plug-in with, they ain't putting corn in there for 3 years or something like that, he said, but eventually there'll be corn in there again.
Yeah. And
the plan still has to, Eric's plan still has to go ahead, whatever you're gonna do with that water from out of town. 'Cause that thing
absolutely.
ain't-
I know, yeah. Absolutely. But, you know, the thing about Eric's deal is, that might be a couple of years down the road, so, you know, we gotta kinda, because we're relying on the county for that one, so. I'll talk with John on that. Eric, you to us?
Hello.
Hi.
All right. Last meeting we talked about the different improvements we wanted to do. So the first thing that I got on the top of my update is the proposal for survey work and developing a couple options for you guys, 3 options for improving the drainage problems that we have up there. So I attached our proposal letter, or it's a letter of agreement to on describing what we do for the different tasks we would do, and essentially, you know, we would do a topo survey of that ditch, that drainage ditch that's on the along 8th Street Southwest, and you know, to see kind of exactly what we got going on for where the water's running, and we'd also topo down 25th Avenue or Rough Rider Drive, I think it is. And we would gather all that information, what we have for the culverts and the sizes and all the topo data we would need, and basically we would take that information and we would develop an option to divert the drainage to the west towards Highway 83, or to the east towards that drainage that's over by 24th Avenue, or improving the drainage south. Now, there's a couple of ways that we could look at doing that I would cover on this, but we developed those 3 options, and then I would do a write-up for you guys that just would have conceptual designs of those 3 different options and what your cost would be for each one of them. You know, I think we're going to be able to find out pretty quickly which ones are feasible and which ones wouldn't be. You know, and then I'll give you a recommendation on what to do going forward from there.
So what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna present this to the McLean County Water Board, or I will take it up to them, I'll meet up with them, and from what I understand, that they'll pay for this work, because we're draining their water. So the agreement will probably be between us, but they'll reimburse us for this cost, you know. And if they say no, then we'll come up with something else other than this. You know, then we'll come up, maybe do something different, but this is kind of for them to.
And I've talked to Shannon over at the McLean County Water Board, and he's been tracking this thing since we've started talking about it.
Yep.
He's been pretty proactive and good to work with, and they want to help the city with this. So, you know, our fee is for $75.50 for all the survey work and for developing these options and getting you guys, you know, cost figures for each one of them. Like I said, I think we're going to be able to eliminate at least one of the options right away. depending on what we can confirm with the survey data. But yeah, so that's the,
Can I back us up just a little bit?
See what?
Can I back us up just a little bit
Yeah.
back to that other pipe? You guys gonna pay me for doing that work?
Well, we're
Pay
on
the
this right
bill?
now, let's just wait until.
Well, it makes a big difference how far I gotta sit here tonight.
The commission said no to that project, so,
This was at a meeting?
yeah, you voted no, and that was it, you know? I mean,
This is new, no, this was after that. I changed my mind and we did it, and I did
You
it.
can't change your mind, once the
Oh,
commission.
okay.
once
Here's
the
my
co-
letter.
Once the
You
commission
wanted
makes
a
the
letter?
decision, that's what it is.
Well, fine, no problem, I paid the bill.
All right.
I'm done here.
Okay,
Thanks for all your opportunity to let me serve.
I appreciate you being on the commission, Marvin. I wish you'd change your mind. but-
Mike Hart, you can kiss my ass. Do whatever you
So
want.
you know
what page we're on.
And that's ridiculous for you to scream and holler at him like in.
Okay, hold it, we're not,
Let's go.
we're done there, done.
Have a good time, it's getting kinda small in here.
That's ridiculous. You got a guy that knows dirt work and
Go,
you guys
step,
wanna run to
step,
engineering right away.
you're out of order. You can hand that down to me, please. So, any questions on any of this?
No. I'd like to see that project someday, and I wanna see what it's exactly like up there. Maybe we can get together sometime.
Yeah. So that's what we'll do, I will present this to McLean County Water Board, and we'll let you know what they say.
Okay.
Okay,
sounds
very
good.
good.
The other things I wanted to cover for you guys was the street improvements, we wanted to get the geotech data, and I got 4 different proposals, costs ranging in price from, $5,100 from Material Testing Services to $9,200 from, American Engineering and Testing, so they ranged quite a bit. Terracon and Material Testing Services were both pretty competitive, just a couple $100 away from each other, but, Material Testing Services can get those 8 different bores for us, in those areas.
Do you, I'm sorry, no, did you put that in on, you're not on here, right, those pictures of where the boards would be?
I got a copy.
Nope. I haven't
Here, you
seen
can
it.
No,
look
that's
at,
part of that email that I asked that he had sent at 5 o'clock if you wanted.
Oh, at
those-
5, okay,
if
5
that's-
o'clock.
If you wanted that all printed or not.
Yeah, well, yeah,
here's
it was
the-
41 pages.
Terracon they had a map, pretty good map on it, but those are the locations I gave them. So we had area 1, 2, and 3. Area 1 was by Cenex, and I proposed to do 4 bores by the Cenex area, and then we were gonna do 3 up by Heritage Heights, just north of 83, and then just the 1 on First Avenue where it goes to the water plant. So those would be the 8 bores that would cover us pretty good for all of those projects. So whether you guys wanted to do area 1, 2, or 3, we would have the data for it.
I'm good.
I think it's,
Give that back to Eric when you're done.
I recommend going with Material Testing Services. They've worked with you guys before. They're out of Minot. And they'll give you all the data you need for these roads.
Sure.
And that way you'd have it for all 3 areas.
Right.
So in the end, you're gonna, if you get it for all 3 areas now, you would save money versus going separately to getting them for.
Well, I think it's a no-brainer, I think we need to do it, so we know where we're at. I will make a motion that we go with, material testing that's $5,100 for all those boards?
$5,100 for all 8 bores, yes.
Okay, I will
Yeah.
make that motion that we go with them for the 8 bores.
I'll second that.
Do you know any idea when they'll be doing that?
Well, I have a copy of their proposal, and we could sign that, and then I could check on their schedule.
Okay.
Or if you want to do it later, I can check on.
No, it
talk to
doesn't,
Jeff.
Cause yeah.
I would
It'll be
guess that in the next couple of weeks, they could
Yeah.
probably get out here and do it.
That'd be fine.
So,
Okay. So Mike?
Aye.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
okay, and then the next thing I have on there is the FEMA grant funding. So it was shortly after last month's meeting. It was 4 days, it was on the 16th that I got, word that they approved the extension until March 22nd of 2022. So, our FEMA grant funding is in place for another year. And now what we're working on is going after, additional grant funding, because they had said to us previously that there would be more grant funding available through FEMA. So we'll see if we can get additional funds for that intake project, and I'll let you guys know what I find out.
Okay. I actually talked with Sally Johnson. She works for Governor Hoven's office, or
Okay.
Senator Hoven's office.
Yeah.
And she said, she'll keep looking too, and then if she finds
Yeah.
things, she'll also let us know, so.
So, okay, great. And then I did check in with Eldo over at Weiss and Sons, and they have another project up in this area, and I'm not sure exactly where they're at, if they're at the airport or where, but they said that they'll be in around the beginning of June to do that slope, because we had to fix that slope yet, so.
Okay, very good. Any questions for Eric?
And as far as the letter agreement goes for that extra work, then you guys want to get back to me on that, or for the survey work?
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, the surveyor, yeah, I need to talk to Shannon first,
Okay.
so, yeah.
Perfect.
And then I'll
Thanks.
sign that thing for that.
For material testing?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll grab that for you at the end here.
Okay. Portfolios. Mike?
I haven't heard anything. I believe the concrete is done at the hall, which looks
like
good,
it.
and everything's going good there. And that's as much that I have this month.
And I tried the elevator out and it works perfect. Absolutely no issues with the elevator going up and down. I went up and down twice with that thing and it worked like a champ, so I'm happy with the way it is right now.
And there was a bill for that, because I had to call them up to
Okay.
get them to adjust that, so.
Okay.
And I told Chelsea that it was the city maintenance for the hall, so that's where it'll come out of, okay?
What were you referring to when you said that you'd call and get it fixed, though?
I had to call down there because the sensors it wasn't working correctly. So they said they would come up and charge us a fee to inspect it and make sure everything was working the way it was supposed to. And so we got mileage and a service call.
Would it have been a warranty?
I would have thought it should have been, but
Whatever.
it should have been done when it was installed that day. And
See, the thing about it was those limit switches were screwed up from the very first day.
exactly.
Because the limit switch didn't go into the door properly, and there's no way it was gonna get in there with that switch pushing it in.
Okay.
And I can call and, see if I can talk higher up and see what they say.
Okay.
But
Sure, that'd be great.
I'll check in with them, but I was trying to make sure everything still worked.
Right. Okay, sounds good.
Like the doors, it's a work in progress. I believe the doors have been working all right so far.
Yeah, and I used my key the other day, and the doors are working perfectly with the timing and everything.
Sorry about this. There is a couple little issues with the hall, just kind of, leaving lights on once in a while, few nails once in a while, some marks down in the basement, but I haven't looked at it yet. How bad? Do we just need a reminder to say, hey, let's keep an eye on people, or?
With how infrequently that basement's used, that it's probably fine. It's not that bad.
Okay.
What kind of marks?
Somebody was marking on the
I
walls.
don't know what it's from, but it's black and red, and they're faint, but they're there. I don't know.
So it's one of those, we don't know who did it for sure. It's just an issue that we should address.
Okay.
Just with a letter, just reminding everybody to keep the building clean and stuff like that.
Okay.
I've already talked to the school about it.
Yeah.
just so they were made aware of it.
Okay. Anything else?
We just had a meeting with, planning and zoning, other than that, nothing.
Okay. Colin and I met with Otter Tail Power the other day. They're looking at putting together a proposal where they would take over all of the city-owned lights, which is the ones on Main, the ones going up 7th Street, and the ones on the highway. We would basically, from what I understand, we would sign them over to them. They would belong to them. And, you know, for a fee, they would take care of absolutely everything. Without getting into a whole lot of detail, we're still, you know, waiting for figures and stuff to come back from them. Just so you know, they're gonna be presenting that. Might be a good deal. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, also, Marv, just gave us this. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I, Marvin Stroll, will not be able to finish my term as a city commissioner. So as of 5/10/21, I officially resign. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. Sincerely, Marv Stroll. I will make a motion that we accept the resignation of Marvin Stroll from the city commission.
I second it.
Mike?
Aye. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Do we have a replacement for him then?
Not yet. So, Chelsea, I'll give that to you. So, the way that works is, within 15 days, if somebody wants to call a special election, they have to, I think, petition for a special election, and we have to go out and get signatures. If not, after the 15 days, we can appoint somebody. I have somebody in mind. That would be very good. But we'll see where it goes. So. Okay. So I suppose somebody's gonna have to go talk to the people on Main Street about their sign. I guess I'll have to do that. I'm farming, so I'm not sure when I'll get to it, but unless you wanna call them, talk to them. No?
That's fine.
You wanna do it?
Okay.
Okay, thank you, appreciate it. City personnel.
We've gotten phone calls about yards, different areas of town being chaotic. I got another one today about a whole different area of town. I had Adam go and look at it. He sent some pictures to me. It is bad.
What do you mean chaotic?
Just junk. Yards full, or, you know, just stuff that shouldn't be in streets. I know we talked about it at last meeting, and I don't know if you want to go about taking pictures, sending it, or how you want to handle it, but it's going to need to be addressed, along with areas of town that have stuff with citywide cleanup junk still sitting in their yards that have not been cleaned up.
Yeah.
That they weren't taken on that Saturday.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, I was gonna address that once I get done farming.
Okay.
But I'm really busy planting right now, so I just don't have the time. And then, you know, we had that cold spell right after that last meeting with all the crappy weather, so.
Yeah.
And then, but that was, it's on my list, first thing to do after, I get done planting, so. We'll address that then. But yeah, keep notes on everything, so we've got somewhere to start.
Okay. I got some ideas for you. The gym floor over at, well, the school is going to resurface their floors up there, and Jacobson said that the school would maybe be interested in help paying for that if we would want to do that to the Memorial Hall down here. He expressed how thankful he was that we allow him to use that for basketball games and stuff like that. Just there has been a couple nails, and I did put a call into the guy that's doing the schools to see if he would be interested in doing ours and what it would cost, but he hasn't made it up here yet to look at it. So he's going to come look at it and then give us a quote possibly if we'd want to do that. And it's just just remove all the black marks or shoe marks, anything that's on there, and they'll put 2 coats over the top of it to try and just shine it back up. And
I imagine they're gonna do that this summer, correct?
yeah, the school's doing it this summer. I think they do it every year to every 2 years, but if you'd wanted to look at doing the Memorial Hall, so I'm waiting on a quote from him. he's gotta come up here and take a look at it, so.
I remember when I first started, they talked about there was a single coat on there, and it was recommended to do a second one at that time that hadn't been done yet.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, yeah, let's see what they have to say.
Okay.
What they can do with it.
Yeah.
And their deal, so.
Okay.
Let me know when they're going to be up, if possible. See if I can make it to talk to the guy.
Okay.
Yeah, if possible.
When he inspects, right?
Yeah, when he inspects it, just so that there's somebody around, or, yeah, so somebody can be there. I prefer a little bit better communication than what has been going on.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Do you know, did the stove at the, or griddle or whatever it was over at the Moana Hall, was that ever fixed? Haven't heard?
Last I talked to Terry, it wasn't, but that was like a month ago at this point.
Should probably follow up on that maybe, if you could.
The door locks for the kitchen and stuff, did they all get put in?
Yeah, there's 4 new doorknobs in the basement.
Okay.
2 new keys. So there's 3 on the kitchen side that are the same key, and then a dining room doorknob was replaced.
Okay.
And that's a different key than the
Yep.
kitchen. Yep, those are done.
Okay. Anything else? Unimog?
Oh, yeah.
Same
Now, it's the software or the cable hookup?
cable hookup. When I talked to, Lee talked to him last week, he said he thought he had a promising lead on something, but hasn't arrived yet.
I might have one if it's a Mercedes-Benz. I might need a picture of it so I can talk to my guy that has the European stuff.
Okay. Because, yeah, we took it to some people that do Mercedes
Right.
engines and stuff, so I don't,
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
there's different ones, so
Yeah.
I might need a picture of what they need or
okay,
where they hook into,
okay,
if possible.
yep.
And the membranes, how did they go? Are they in?
They're all in. The physical part took three days, and then the computer part took another day and a half or so, last week. And that went well, they're running fine, running pretty nice. And it's been 10 years and three months, I think, since they were new last time. So, the guy I talked to said they have about a 10-year lifespan, but I think we could probably get a few more years out of them.
Yeah, it was just the price deal.
The pricing was, we were under a pricing contract, so we got them cheaper than they would have been otherwise. Now, as far as I know, we don't have that anymore, so I think we try to maximize the amount of time we get out of them.
Did we get rid of all the membranes then, or did we keep one or
There's a
two
bunch
as
of
a
them-
spare?
There's a bunch of, so you can't use them once they're dried out.
Oh, they can't?
No, but they're all sitting out in front of the, in fact, I've got 4 of them in the shop here, but I'm slowly throwing them out over time, so I'm just using the dumpsters we've got.
They're really not good for anything, right?
No, so they were shipped to us in some big shipping containers, and they're taking some of them back because they're testing them for potential reuse for something, but they didn't want them all, so.
And we can't reuse them then?
No, they're not really good for anything.
So do we have spare membranes on hand then, or not?
No, but there really shouldn't anything happen to them, because if something happens to a membrane, it happens to all of them,
Okay.
so, yeah.
And you have a repair kit if there is a problem?
Yes, we have a repair kit for leaks, but
Yeah.
that happens like once a year. We repair them once a year, so.
That's just little tiny leaks, right? Usually.
Yep, tiny leaks, and even if there's a leak, you don't repair it right away, you wait until there's enough to where it makes sense, because when you pull them out of the water and you dry them, it damages them. So, the less you do that, the better. Yep.
Anything else, Adam?
Nope, tarring starts this week.
Yay. Rhonda? Bills? Everybody have a chance to review the bills?
Yes. I make a motion, we approve the bills.
I second it.
Mike?
Aye.
Yes.
Yes. Next meeting, May 24th. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.